Namaskar. Today we'll study female contraceptives. The contraceptives are the agents which prevent pregnancy. They can also be used to increase the space between two child, and most contraceptives are used by female, and they can be used through different routes. Let us first discuss the oral contraceptives. And all the oral contraceptives, most of them, they are a combination of estrogen and progesterone. That's why we call them as combined pills. So before that, let us discuss the regulation of your sex hormone secretion. Hypothalamus releases gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone acts on anterpituitary to secrete follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Then follicle stimulating hormone acts on the ovary to produce a number of follicles, out of which only one follicle matures. That is called Graafian follicle, which releases ovum. After release of Graafian follicle, after release of ovum, the Graafian follicle becomes corpus luteum. Luteinizing hormone acts on the corpus luteum to secrete progesterone. FSH and LH act on Graafian follicle to secrete estrogen. Now this estrogen and progesterone, they can send negative impulses to your anterior pituitary. So estrogen sends negative impulses to anterior pituitary. That means there will be no further release of FSH, LH, and there will be no ovulation. Similarly, progesterone also sends negative impulses to anterior pituitary as well as hypothalamus, so that there will be no release of gonadotropin releasing hormone, there will be no release of your FSH and LH, so there will be no ovulation. So estrogen and progesterone, if used in combination, they will prevent ovulation, and if there will be no ovum, then there will be no fertilization with sperm, so no pregnancy. So because of this reason, a combination of estrogen and progesterone can be used as a combined pill from day 5 to day 25 for 21 days. So just after the menstruation, so menstruation completes, on day 5 we will start this combined pill and we will take it for 21 days up to day 25, and during that time there will be no ovulation, so no ovum, no fertilization with sperm. So after that we will stop estrogen and progesterone. So rapidly your estrogen and progesterone level will fall after day 25. So corpus luteum will be converted to corpus albicans because there is no fertilized ovum. So then there will be degeneration of the endometrium and menstruation will occur. So the menstruation will continue, menstrual cycle will continue as such, but from this day 5 or 6 to day 25, for these 21 days, the estrogen and progesterone level will remain high, and there will be no release of ovum. That is the mechanism of these combined pills. Then from day 26 to day 4, for 7 days, we can take iron tablets to compensate for the blood loss during menstruation. So this combined pill from day 5 to day 25 for 21 days, estrogen and progesterone, estrogen ethinyl estradiol 30 microgram, or your progesterone derivative like norgestrel, levonorgestrel, desogestrel. So norgestrel 300 microgram, levonorgestrel 150 microgram, desogestrel 150 microgram. This combination can be used. And after 21 days, we can use iron tablets for 7 days. So how this combined pill acts? Estrogen inhibits your follicle stimulating hormone release. So estrogen inhibits release of FSH. Progesterone inhibits the release of LH. So when the FSH and LH release is inhibited, their action on ovary is inhibited, so there will be no ovum formation or there will be no ovulation. Then in addition to that, they also make the cervical mucus less susceptible for passage of sperm. This is additional mechanism. And the combination alter endometrium to discourage implantation. they interfere coordinated contractions of cervix, uterus, and fallopian tubes. So they inhibit both fertilization and implantation. They prevent ovulation and hence they prevent fertilization, and they can also prevent implantation because of this. So prevention of fertilization and implantation because of discouraging endometrium and interfering with coordinated contractions of cervix, uterus, and fallopian tubes, whereas ovulation is prevented by because of their negative feedback mechanism on anterior pituitary. Then let us discuss some more oral contraceptives. There is progestogen pill, also called as mini pill, and it is taken continuously throughout the menstrual cycle, so there is no gap, but these are less reliable. The third type of oral contraceptive is called your sequential pill, and we call it a sequential pill because we take different drugs in different sequence. So from day 5 to day 20, for 16 days we take estrogen only. Then from day 21 to day 25, for 5 days we take combination of estrogen and progesterone. Then for 7 days we take iron tablets. So these sequential pills can also be used, but these are not that much popular as that of your combined pills. Then post-coital contraceptives, basically these post-coital contraceptives are your progesterone antagonists or partial agonists, rather antiprogestogens, and they sensitize the uterus to the actions of prostaglandins, and because of that we can use them as post-coital contraceptive within 72 hours. And so they are called as your post-coital contraceptive. So these are oral contraceptives. In addition to that, there is another group of drug called selective estrogen receptor modulator, like ormeloxifene or centroman, and this is developed only in India by our CSIR lab, and is popularly branded as Soheli, and this drug is only available in India, marketed only in India, nowhere else. It is legally available in India only, and the advantage is this is used once per week. Dosing is required, and it does not affect ovulation like your combined pills. They don't affect ovulation. They rather prevent implantation. They don't have action on fertilization. And how they prevent implantation? They increase the rate of blastocyst development and increase the speed at which the blastocyst they increase the blastocyst development and increase the speed at which blastocyst is moved from the fallopian tubes into the uterus. So they have action on the blastocyst, and they suppress the proliferation and decidualization of endometrium. That means they inhibit the transformation of the endometrium for possible preparation or implantation of the embryo, and because of that they have anti-implantation action, or we can say they prevent implantation. They don't have any action on ovulation or fertilization. Then these are all about your oral contraceptives. Through other routes also we can use. We can use the implants, and mostly they contain progestin or progestogens like levonorgestrel. So we can take 6 capsules each containing 36 milligrams, so a total of 16 milligram of levonorgestrel can be implanted subcutaneously inside the upper arm, and they will be effective for 5 years. Then another route is your intrauterine device, intrauterine contraceptive device. We can call them IUCD or intrauterine inserts. And since they also contain progestogens like levonorgestrel, they are also called as progestasols. And that will, after insertion, it will release the levonorgestrel 20 milligram every day. So this can also be used for long term for 5 years. Then we can also have injectable contraceptives, and they mostly contain your again progestogens. So depot medroxyprogesterone acetate DMPA injections, they contain progestin, and 104 milligram in case of subcutaneous route, 150 milligram in case of intramuscular route, and they can be also used for a period of 3 months. And we can also inject estrogen and progesterone and combination, and this combination can be used orally as well as your injectable. Intramuscular we can give. So estradiol valerate 5 milligram plus 17 hydroxyprogesterone caproate 250 milligram every month once intramuscular we can give, or estradiol cypionate 5 milligram and depot medroxyprogesterone acetate DMPA 25 milligram. That combination can be given intramuscular once in 2 months. So this is all about the female contraceptives. Thank you.